What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Poseidon's Workshop. Man, it has been a long time since I've said that. Um, we have transitioned from Call of Duty, and we're doing a little Pokemon too at the beginning, to Valorant. I've been getting a lot into Valorant. I've been really enjoying it. Statistically, I'm not great, but that doesn't matter because I'm having way more fun on that than I was on Call of Duty. And with the now release of Valorant Console beta to everyone and seeing this influx of new players both on PC and on console, I kind of wanted to give a top 6 list of kind of my tips from a bot to kind of getting into Valorant. So, with that being said, tip number 1, and this is a really big one that you're going to need to keep in mind when you're first starting out on Valorant: ignore the toxic chats. Both voice chats and, in-game chat, the written chat. Valorant is pretty well known for having a horribly toxic community, which can borderline be offensive at times, and call me whatever you want. I honestly don't care. Yeah, it can get pretty bad. I've had multiple reports be like confirmed, I get the notification from voice comms and text comms. It's a really weird community that's on the game. You're always going to deal with somebody who thinks they're better than you, which a lot of times you're going to be dealing with that from people at the bottom of the leaderboard, kind of where I reside at times. Don't pay any mind to them. Honestly, if you just shut them out, you can actually mute game chat, the audio, and I think you can not see the written chat, the text chat. I could be wrong, but if you don't want to deal with it, just mute it. Get it out of there. Tip number 2 is use the practice range. And use custom games when you're just getting started, or you want to test out how a gun plays, how a different agent plays. Maybe you're reaching that 8,000 credits. You're looking to unlock somebody new that you want to test out. Before you unlock them, I recommend you go into the practice range and you just get a feel for their utilities. I do this a lot when I'm about to unlock somebody new. Just get a feel for how you use them, what they do. If you're watching videos, we'll talk about that later, and they're talking about things like lineups or corner flashes, back flashes, all of these things that you see and you're like, oh, I want to try that. Jump into the practice range, jump into a custom game, and turn on unlimited abilities when you're in there as well, and just play around. Get a feel for things. Practice. That's what it is. It's practice. And I believe now you can even do bot games. You're playing against bots. Not exactly playing against the sweaties of the Valorant community. But just try different things out in a kind of contained, safe environment. Kind of touching on what I was just saying, number 3 is watch videos. Watch videos on YouTube, on TikTok. Just search around. You'll find everything from guides on how to use agents. Personally, I prefer skill capped and pro guides for those. Those are really good. They're actually professional. They can also coach you if you want that. But they have really good breakdowns of how to use agents. Especially if there's a nerf or a buff. Soon after that, they'll release a video kind of breaking it down, telling you how to use these agents now. TikTok, you could watch somebody like Default Sage. I believe Default Sage is also on YouTube, but I watch him a lot on TikTok. He does do Sage stuff. He does, kind of shows you how to do walls and everything like that. But he also does a lot of breakdowns and walkthroughs of okay, here's what happened in this play. Really good. You want to find people like that, you can watch, I know my duo is a Sage main. She watches Grim, who has some insane walls as Sage, and she puts those to use. There are a lot of different things you can watch. You could also go over to tracker.gg/Valorant, I believe it is, and they just have videos of all of these lineups for different agents. I'm a Fade main, and earlier today I was actually looking at Fade lineup videos. Start watching videos, watch other content creators, watch the pros, just see how they do things. But remember, especially if you're watching this, you're probably pretty new to the game. So don't rush your way into it, but watch what they're doing to see what you want to work up to. Number 4 on the list, do not worry about your stats. Especially if you're playing unrated, or pubs as we call it. Don't worry about your stats. Everyone else is going to worry about it for you when they think they're better than you. Especially when you're starting out. Your stats are probably not going to be all that great. Unless you're coming from, CSGO, Rainbow Six Siege, those kinds of games. I came from, actually, Call of Duty background. Played a lot of Search and Destroy. And so I got a feel for how to kind of play that tactical way. But it's also Call of Duty, so you just rush in at times. But Valorant is a totally different beast from Call of Duty. So I struggled. I still struggle. And it's okay. As long as you're looking at what happened and thinking, okay, where did I mess up in this? And then you try to approach it in a different way. Or, try to work on picking up what your opponents are doing. Playing off of your team. Maybe your team has a really weird composition. And you somehow find out, oh, I can make it work with this other person on the team. Don't worry about your stats. Just try to figure out how you are playing these agents. And especially when you lock in on one, figure out how you can play them and play them to your strengths. Stats ultimately mean nothing. The only thing that really matters is the W. Number 5, play whatever agent you want. Again, you don't get to play ranked until you are level 20. So from levels 1 to 19, and even beyond, if you're playing unrated, just play whoever the heck you want. It doesn't matter, really what your team composition is. If you take it kind of seriously, even in unrated, yeah, you'll want to mess around and try to fill a hole, fill a gap, but for the most part, it doesn't really matter. People get so uptight in this game, they'll cry, literally. Again, yeah, you might want to fill a hole, fill a gap in the team if you're able to, but, again, I'm a Fade main. I'm not really comfortable playing others. I'm just going to play Fade. And I don't do too badly as Fade, but I also know that by playing Fade, I'm giving up an agent who can flash, like KO. I used to be a KO main. I'm giving that up at times, and then all of a sudden we have a team with no blinds. It sucks, but I'm playing who I'm comfortable with. So just figure out who you're comfortable with. Then if you go into ranked, which I cannot talk about, I have no experience playing ranked, then if you want to go into ranked, you figure it out from there. And finally, number 6, something I've been touching on this entire time. Just have fun. Have fun playing the game. I can tell you right now, even when I'm not doing well, I still have fun when I'm with, community members. Now, obviously, if I'm with community members, but I'm still having a horrible, atrocious day, yeah, it's going to kind of wear on me. And I'm going to be like, ugh, I don't want to be doing this. But it's not that hard to just have fun. So, ignore the crappy people. Practice. Get better. Figure out how you want to play. What works best for you. Get out there and have fun. Play your way. That's it. Yeah, the community is known for being pretty toxic. Just like Call of Duty. Like a majority of the other games. Sucks, but always a way to turn off the team chats. And if you're really not, if it's not even like slurs and you're just getting annoyed with them, just mute them. That's what I do. But just have fun. Trust me, this is a really, really fun game. I know people have been complaining about it. They've said that stuff's been done to the game that's kind of sapped the fun from it, and they're not enjoying it as much as they used to. And that's okay, but I've found that I really enjoy this game. and I make it fun for me, and I want you to make it fun for you. So thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm going to try to incorporate some more Valorant into this. Yeah, I just really like this game. I have a lot of fun. And yeah. So thank you all so much for watching. Appreciate you. And I will see you in the next video.